Jermaine here, back with hashtag Consult Cornell. I am so excited to be back to you, or with you, I should say, with here another episode of hashtag Consult Cornell. Listen, today we are going to talk about something that is so exciting. Listen, I don't know where you are in the world, but spring is upon us. It is March the 1st, and we are preparing for spring. March brings showers, April showers, and so all that kind of stuff. But it also brings the beautiful buds of nice tulips and all those spring flowers that we begin to see. And it also, for most people, it begins the process of cleaning out all the clutter that you've gotten over the winter and just getting your house back in order and tidying up and getting all the cobwebs and all that stuff out of the ceiling. Whatever your regimen and your routine is, it's the time to start springing forth into exciting and new ways of living. So much so, it's time to also spring forth with your look. How do you want to spring forth with your look? You've been wearing certain looks throughout the winter time. Here it's time now, as spring approaches, that you take a consideration into what it is that you want to do to spruce up your look. There are many ways. I'm just coming to offer some recommendations. This is something that I do for my clients all the time. They come in, they're kind of tired of the same look. They've been wearing it for years and years, and sometimes they just want to add a little something. What I want to make sure that you understand, though, when you're approaching this type of thing, you want to be sure that you don't overdo it. You want to make sure that you are just doing just enough, because sometimes when it comes to sprucing up your look, or as I'm saying today, springing up your look, it only takes a little bit of very little tweaking to make a big difference. So here are some suggestions that I want to give you. Change up your color. Maybe you might be a brunette, maybe you want to add a few highlights. You may not want to go completely red or go blonde, but you want to add a few highlights just to kind of break up the monotony of the brunette in your hair. Some of you may want to go shorter. You may want to cut off a few inches. Keep in mind, I love cutting hair. That's one of the things that I love to do. And a couple of inches will make a big difference on your look. I had a client who wore hair like kind of in a shoulder-length bob shape, and she loves her hair. We introduced her to color. Speaking of color, we introduced her to color years ago because she was very nervous and always apprehensive about it. And one day she just said, "Okay, let's do it," and she absolutely loves it now, to the point where when she just gets a little bit of new growth, she's ready to she's ready to retouch it with just a ½ inch new growth. So she loves her color, and she's embracing that new spring look for herself. But I took her just a couple of inches shorter. I took maybe 1.5 inches, 2 inches at the very most off of her hair. And when she looked at it, she was like, "Oh my gosh, wow," And I really wasn't expecting that kind of response, because, really the style itself was not much different from what she always wears, but those couple of inches to her made a huge difference. It opened up her face. It kind of gave her a new line, a new A-line on her haircut. It kind of reshaped her whole look, and she just loved it. So much so when she came back, because her hair grows really fast. She came back a few weeks later, like, "Oh my gosh, everyone's talking about how fast my hair is growing." Since when have you known a woman to complain about how fast her hair is growing? That's how much she loved the little 2 inches that we shaved off. So it doesn't take much. Break up the monotony of your color, with a few highlights or low lights. If you're a blonde, you may want to add a few low lights of maybe an amber or a copper color just to break up the monotony. You may want to take 1 inch or 2 off just to kind of reshape the look. For those who may have natural hair, you may want to do some updos, try curl pattern, and also add some color to your hair just to break up the curl and add a little life to the curl. Because sometimes with natural hair, it can get dull and dry and boring. So a little color on some natural curls would be a great idea too. So these are just a few recommendations. Trust me, the list is endless. The opportunities for you to spring up your look is endless, but these are just a few things that I think will help you to spring up your look for this spring 2016. Listen, it's Cornell Jermaine here. I'll be back with you with another episode. If you have any questions, submit them at Cornell Jermaine, hashtag Consult Cornell on Twitter, and I'll be sure to get back with you with my answer. Until then, take care.